Yo, welcome back. Don't do that intro. Just cut that out. Start again. Oh, dear. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Charlton Athletic Career Mode. Today we commence episode 8. And there are several things that I need to catch you guys up on before we start proceeding the dates. Oh, your mum. There are a few things that I need to catch you guys up on. As you know, probably, as you've possibly noticed, I have not done a player of the month for September still, so we need to do that retrospectively. And as you see here, there are no more games left in October, so we also need to do one for October. If I go over here to the calendar, today's games are going to be our next 3 fixtures in real life, which are Preston at home, followed by the big one, Millwall away, and then we've got Cardiff City 2 weeks later at home. So this is a very poignant time. Especially that Millwall game is going to be huge because we are also sitting in, I think it's 4th place or 5th place. Let's have a look real quick. 4th place in the Championship table, and we are on equal points with Sheffield Wednesday and West Bromwich Albion, who defeated us in the last episode. But guys, let's get in to the player of the month for September. So looking back retrospectively, we had games. In fact, real quick, let's go back to the calendar. I've got my 2 nominees, I think, but let's just refresh everybody's memory. Back in September, we played Birmingham City, we won it 2-0. We played Wigan, we won that 1-0. And we played Leeds, we won that 1-0. In fact, I think that is a bit of a different set of scores to what you guys remember, purely because, if you remember, I restarted the career mode based on the update. So actually, ignore that. Basically, that was a load of waffle, because that was not the scores that we saw in the actual series, because obviously we restarted. But anyway, what I remember is that Ben Purrington had a very good month, and also Smith Rowe had a very, very good month. So if we go to the squad hub, let's have a look at their average ratings. I think they're going to be similar. Let's have a look first of all at Ben Purrington. I've gone past him already. There he is. He is on, let's go to stats. He is on an average of 7 in the Championship, so he's playing very well. And then if we go down further to Smith Rowe, who should be, yeah, he's here. He is also on a 7, so I knew they'd be similar, but they are exactly the same. Now, because Smith Rowe got 1 goal and 1 assist, and Purrington got 2 clean sheets, possibly. Again, those scorelines that I showed earlier were a bit skew-if. So I know Purrington had a fantastic game, and he's kept at least 1 clean sheet. So it's neck and neck. But I think because somebody commented noticing that Ben Purrington was playing well and he should get player of the month. And shout out here to, I'm trying to find the comment, to Taylor Donahoe 10. He suggested that we should give it to Ben Purrington. So, in fact, very, very close run thing. Our new signing almost grabbed it, but for this month, or for September actually, Ben Purrington will get the award for Player of the Month. Well done, sir. Now moving on to October, and now it's a little bit more fresh in the memory. Who am I going to give it to, I wonder? Let's go up here and see who's been playing very well. Oh, do you think it's Oztumer? No, it's Johnny Williams. 5 goals and in 13 games with 2 assists. He got a brace in the last game against Derby. He also provided an assist for Lyle Taylor in, I can't remember who it was against. Might have been, I don't know who's against. Somebody, might have been Leeds. But yeah, Jonathan Williams. No, Leeds was in September. I might be talking rubbish, but I know he got an assist in October, 100%, along with that brace. And yeah, he played very, very solid. Look at that, 7.3 overall average in the Championship. So yeah, Johnny Williams is going to be the player who receives the Player of the Month award for October. So the next port of call is to look a little bit more closely at what I was talking about in the last episode. So if you look, we notice the spine of the team is pretty strong. Hopefully Phillips goes up to a 70 this month or next month, because that'll just give you a solid 70 plus Championship spine. And then, you know, the right back, the right wing, the left back and the left wing, it's not as strong as it could be. So here's one sort of long-term solution, I should say, to that problem, specifically at the left back position. If we go over here to the Youth Academy, we have a number of fantastic looking players here. One of which is the guy that got regenerated in a different position, Yang Bai, or Young Boy, as I like to call him. It's starting to look weird that I've got this fascination with calling this guy Young Boy. Look, I'll call him Yang Bai from now on because I just creeped myself out a little bit. He's 6'4", and he is 58 rated at the age of 18. His potential, 77 to 94. That is an unreal potential for a young player. And yeah, Yang Bai is going to get the promotion. In fact, Is he going to? Yeah, I think we'll promote him. No, do you know what? I'm not going to promote him yet. I will start training him in the training drills, but I'm going to wait until that potential narrows down a bit, which should happen soon when we get the next report of our youth academy. I'm also looking at this guy, Dui Tian, because Dui Tian is another 77 to 94 rated player, potentially, and is 57 rated. So these guys, in theory, shouldn't take that long to get up to a rating and a position where they can at least be on the bench. That should happen this season, right? So, yeah, he definitely looks a lot more promising than Stevenson in FIFA. Stevenson's a decent young player, but he's not going to go up as much and as quickly as this guy. And we don't really have any young protege wingers, so this guy will be huge to get in. We've also got this guy down here, Bing De Zhao, who's only 15, 71 to 91, so I'm interested to see how that condenses itself down. Yeah, there's lots of good players here. Really, really lots of good players. But nonetheless, that is just something that I wanted to note down. And then I think maybe towards the back end of this episode, we will start looking at players to actually sign. Let's have a look at our transfer budget real quick. I think it's in the region of 5 million. It looks like 4.35 million, but let's see if we can adjust this slider. We could probably get away, okay, with about 4.7 million there, depending on what kind of player that we go for. And if we get any more cash from cups and stuff, I'm out the cups, so we definitely won't, so ignore that. But yeah, basically we've got about 4.7 million-ish pounds to deal with, and we have only made one signing of 980k. That was Smith Rowe, got him for cheaper this time in the second save file. We will save that to the budget allocation, but we've got a sort of rough idea of the quality of player that we can sign. Maybe 2 players for 2 million-ish. Something in that region, but we'll have a look at that later. But guys, let's get into the next game. Unfortunately, Gallagher is going to be suspended for it. Let's skip the calendar to the next weekend where we should see Preston pop up. And there they are, the 2nd of November on the Saturday. We are going to be taking on Preston North End at home. Kind of confident. Let's have a look where Preston are in the league. Oh, here's actually something that we needed to do. The Youth Academy, once again, conglomerating or condensing, I think is the correct word, ratings for these guys, the projected potential rating. So, wow, Young Boy is still 79 to 93. So he is literally going to be a world-class left-back. I'm ready to promote this guy, to be honest. Let's train him first, but I am ready. We haven't got the worrying email where they're going to delete their contracts. Dui Tian as well, 77 to 91 still. Huge. Ji Lu's gone up, actually. His max potential was 88, so, I mean, that's great, but Bing De Zhao, I don't know, my eyes deceived me. I thought he said he was 16, but he's not. Yeah, basically, everybody here looks like they could. And actually, Björn Kuntz is the player that I got from the catalogue, from the Scout Future Star, and he is the worst rated player, potentially, in the entire youth squad. So we'll keep an eye on him. But interesting that's happened. Yang Bai is going to be big for us. That is the guy we're going to train. Nonetheless, guys, let's get in now. Enough chit-chat, don't you think? Let's get into the first game, which is against Preston North End. We're going to sim it, but I'm going to need to readjust the squad due to Gallagher's suspension. So I've made 2 pretty predictable changes to the starting 11. Before we go into the game, though, let's have a look where Preston are. They're down here in 20th place, only won 2 games and lost 9. So that looks promising for Charlton. We have brought in Cullen to replace the suspended Gallagher, who, by the way, as the month turned, went from a 69 rated to a 70 rated, did young Josh Cullen. Potentially could sign him permanently, Let me know what you think about that. We've also brought in Jonathan Lecco back in on the right wing instead of Macaulay Bonne. He is back fit for us. Let's see if we get the win here against Preston. We get a 2-1 win. That is a narrower win than I would have liked, but we get the 3 points. That's all that really matters. Lyle Taylor and Jonathan Lecco, the usual suspects, really getting on the score sheet. Fair play. So what we're going to do for the moment is, because Conor Gallagher's got 2 training drills, because we're training him defensively and attackingly as well. I'm just trying to get him up quickly. What we'll do for a moment is go to our fullbacks, go to our youth academy and get Bai in there. 6'4", unbelievable. We'll train him in his, well, he looks like he's got good sprint speed, good stamina, not the best dribbling. I think we'll first of all, we'll concentrate on his defensive stuff. So we'll train him in defensive areas, and he will now, going forward, let's get him up to like a 60-something. I don't know exactly where I'm going to stop, but a 60-something, because we don't want to slow down Gallagher's growth too much. It'll be nice to get Gallagher back on a double regime. I know some of you are probably thinking get rid of Bon or Lapsley or someone, but I really want Bon to get up to a 65. That's my target for him, so that he is at least usable for the rest of the season. His finishing and dribbling needs to go a bit further, and then I will potentially swap Bon out. But I just don't want to leave Bon, who's been fantastic for us in real life, and neglect him in this series, because, like I said, he's been great in real life, and I want to reflect that in the series. Lapsley as well, I think, could go up to 70s, maybe even be included in our Premier League campaign, and that'll be lovely for a young youth prospect, really, from Charlton's own roots to be included in that. We did Albie Morgan more so in the FIFA 19 career mode, and I think we're just giving Lapsley a bit of attention this time around, and that rating increase really helped us. He's already a 64, so should be good. Nonetheless, guys, let's actually... I'm going to actually train these practically, and then I'll catch you once the training's finished. Hopefully, you'll see A's across the board here. Would you look at that? A's across the board, and it is very important to get a good, solid training session behind you when you've got a game away at the Den against Millwall coming up. By the way, Young Boy, let's just call him Young Boy. It's just way easier to call him Young Boy. He got an A and increases already from a 58 to a 59. Very, very solid. By the way, in game, 6'4", he is an absolute giant of a left back. So aerially, that's going to be huge for us when we actually come to use him. But that is a 5 A's. Can't ask for any more. Millwall way to contend with now. And Conor Gallagher is actually eligible for selection once again. So that would suggest that the straight reds only actually count for one game. Which is interesting, but fine, we'll deal with it. We're up to third, by the way, in the league there. Still 6 points behind Forest and Fulham, but definitely putting ourselves, in the picture for promotion, and potentially if we can catch one of those two, of course, for top two. Let's go to the press conference for now and see what kinds of questions they ask us ahead of this derby. I wonder if they're going to be different because of the sort of occasion, whether the game's going to register that it's a derby. Gallagher's in good form. Will we see more of him today? Yes, he will be starting for sure. Rotation. What? He's starting. Oh, I think it's because I've left Cullen in the starting 11. Rotation is key. Okay, Gallagher's fine with that. That's a weird question to start off with. Will the outcome of the last match affect the strategy for this match? A close call. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? I'm doing it. Oh, they like that. Yeah, that's our strategy. We aim to beat Millwall too. Okay, he said it a bit more conservative than it made it seem when I picked the option, but still. Our momentum isn't dropping. I hope the whole squad can help us. It's our responsibility to try. That's a bit reserved. That's like fighting talk. And that's like a bit irrelevant. I'm going to say this. Okay, they like that, especially Gallagher. We've got a clear goal in our mind and our momentum isn't letting up. Okay, so they literally didn't ask anything about the rivalry between Charlton and Millwall, which is kind of disappointing, but hey-ho. Ahead of this Millwall game, we find out that 4 of our boys going off on international duty. Matthews, Williams and Lockyer as well are going with Wales, as well as Cullen with Republic of Ireland. But guys, it's the main spectacle of the episode now. I have a feeling this might be a slightly longer episode because I've been chatting over the menus for a very long time. Saturday the 9th of November. It's coming up very soon in real life as well, of course. Let's go ahead and play this match against Millwall. Here we go at the Den. Not many teams come out of here alive, to be honest with you. It's a very difficult place to play in the Championship, but we are better than Millwall. I know that for a fact. Here we go. I feel like it's going to make the game more difficult because it knows that it's one of our rivals, but I'm interested to see how that pans out. I've not played FIFA 20 offline yet in career mode against a rival, what the game considers to be a rival. So here we are in third place. Didn't actually check where Millwall were. It's not going to show us either. We'll check that after the game potentially, but they must be near the bottom. I would imagine that they're sort of bottom 6, bottom 8. Somewhere around there. There's Conor Gallagher looking to show his... does he look like him? Not really, does he? Doesn't look that much like him. But looking to show his sort of youthful energy in this game, and hopefully that can come across and give us an advantage against Millwall. Let's see the team lineups now. Starting with Millwall, they have Balkovsky in goal, a back four of Romeo, Hutchinson, Cooper, Wallace, Mokojo and Thompson in the midfield, Wallace and O'Brien on the wings, Williams in attacking midfield, and Bodvarsson up top by himself. For us, we've stuck George Lapsley and Kyle on the bench. Lapsley for his, prolific away day record for just having great performances. And there you go. There's our starting 11. Josh Cullen and Gallagher in midfield. Haven't done that too many times because Kyle's been playing too well, but that's what we go with today. And, mate, I really want to win this one. Really, really badly. Jesus Christ. I've got nobody to take free kicks. Quite literally. Smith Rowe's kind of alright. I don't want to shoot, though. How do I change camera? L3. Okay, let's stick this about there. Lyle Taylor getting the header ahead of the defender. And good job he didn't take the free kick because we needed his presence in the box there. He very nearly grabbed the opening goal for Charlton. Is that a corner or a... It's a goal kick, so that was just a wide header. Headers on this game very, very difficult. Chris Solly, can you win it in the air? Does enough to distract him, and Leko's going to pick up the loose ball. Little through ball just in front of Cullen. Cullen looking to tie him at the through ball to Smith Rowe to perfection, and he does. And needed a runner there, really, Smith Rowe. He didn't get one, and the ball is back with Gallagher. Look at this press from the Millwall boys. Gallagher does brilliantly well to keep hold of it. It's Leko. It's Lyle Taylor. Taylor shoots! Thought that was in, but it just sails wide of the post by Lyle Taylor. He is looking like a very dangerous striker for us in this game, as we know he can be, and it hit the actual I can't remember, like the supporting pole of the goal. Lyle Taylor coming close for Charlton. Let's win this in the That is Solly again doing very well defensively despite not being the biggest. Lyle Taylor to Johnny Williams now, our player of the month for October, gets fouled. I thought we got fouled. Apparently this time it wasn't a foul. And that's even, I suppose, now. Excuse me. O'Brien coming forward. He's trying to roll things into Jed Wallace. Jed Wallace with the shot. And Dylan Phillips does not need to make a meal of that. Very well positioned. Gives the ball away from the throw, though. Trying to find Leko. And here comes the other Wallace. Gallagher there to intercept. And Smith Rowe looking to initiate an attack. We lose possession. This is crazy. This is so energetic. High tempo game. And there's Bodvarsson. And his left-footed drive sails left of the post. Luckily for Charlton. Big sigh of relief from us. And that space there. Look at that. Great positioning in the end from Tom. I think it was Tom Lockyer. No. It was Pearce, actually. It was Pearce. Just to get in front of the defender, to block the angle, and a goal kick. Let's see if we can actually create a very sort of blatant goal scoring opportunity here, because it's been very sort of bitty so far. And as I say that, Lyle Taylor collects the ball from Josh Cullen. Look at Leko in all sorts of space. Leko in the box. Can he do it again? Left foot this time. And Jonathan Leko buries it with his left peg. And that is a first. I don't think he scored with his left peg so far for us. We love doing the work with Johnny Leko. And we have taken the lead at the Den. He has been very good this season, and people have been suggesting it, and I am starting to consider now whether Leko on a permanent basis would be a good move. He's very young, very talented. Only problem being, if I start training him, he's going to be expensive next season. But is it worth it? Is it worth it? Anyway, he puts it past the number 33 in goal and puts Charlton in the lead at the Den in the 22nd minute. And look at that ball. That is fantastic. Our defence have been left behind. Oh, Lockyer just got there. Just couldn't get there, but almost put him off enough. And O'Brien with the immediate reply from Millwall. Very, very... he must be quite pacey. Not somebody that screams pace, especially with a name like O'Brien. I've never heard of too many O'Briens with pace, but that was just... I think that was Lockyer and Solly. Solly just sort of didn't seem to be able to keep up with the number 22 there. Be interested to know what his pace stat is, because would have liked to see us catch up. But nonetheless, the equaliser immediately from Millwall, not ideal. Smith Rowe knocks it into the middle of the park, where we find Gallagher, who will drive at the Millwall defence. Where's he going to go? He's gone all the way into the box. Conor Gallagher, what's he going to do? He's going to put it in the onion bag for Charlton's second. This game is starting to get very, very goaly. And he's stolen Leko's celebration. Sorry about that. The number 11, though, puts Charlton back in the lead, and Gallagher finally starting to show that goal-scoring ability that he obviously has shown in real life for Charlton this season. This time, his right foot bang past the keeper, and working on that finishing stat has probably given us a goal there, to be honest, and that could be a hugely, hugely important one for us. Let's see if Millwall have the minerals to respond once again. Hopefully not. Is the clock going to run down before they get a chance to really get this attack lit up? O'Brien chops inside. Oh, he looks to send the ball in. That's got to be half-time now, ref. And it is. The score here at the Den, Millwall 1, Charlton Athletic 2. That's what we love to see and what we pray for in a couple of weeks' time against Millwall at the Den. Conor Gallagher, been very much our best player so far. I think defensively we've been all right. Skip those half-time scores. You can pause the video if you have a particular interest in them. But Lecco and Gallagher have been the main two for us, really. Taylor's been very good as well. All round, we've played well. Can we keep this up? In the second half, we're going to have to concentrate here. Oh, Thompson with a little flick over was Cullen's head or somebody. And there's another flick over her head again. Jed Wallace tries to shoot. Dylan Phillips at his near post. Down low. And punches it behind, positioned himself okay. Here comes the corner. Dylan Phillips has got to claim this, and he does. Well done, Dylan. Here's Makojo to O'Brien. Solly saying, mate, honestly, once is enough this game. Makes the run, Lecco. Look at this pressing. Gallagher switches to play over to Purrington, and Smith Rowe stays onside wonderfully well. And he's going to look for a cross here to Johnny Williams at the back post. It's a little bit too much for Johnny, but Johnny's going to maintain possession for the Addicts. And back to Gallagher, into Cullen. Little give and go from oh my God, from Lecco. Got the ball back to Josh Cullen, who, by the way, has a fantastic game face in this. Must be West Ham related. Must have had that EA Sports. Anyway, what am I talking about? That is a very, very close chance from the boy Cullen. Unlucky. Let's win the header. Unlucky. And look at that, given away to Lyle Taylor, and that's onside from Smith Rowe. He's got to shoot, he's got to score. Smith Rowe with his left peg, and there is once again the finishing training coming through in the gameplay, and Emile Smith Rowe, a new hero for Charlton on this left hand side. Imagine the scenes if we signed this guy in real life on loan in January. Well, that would only happen if somebody got recalled, actually, wouldn't it? But nonetheless, what a finish from the left peg of Smith Rowe, and that surely now is the 3 points in the bag from Millwall. If we just play calmly and solid, then we will come away from the Den with 3 points. Leonard must be a substitute for them. Doesn't manage to do much with it, and here we go. Look at this play from Charlton. It's fantastic to watch. Williams with the turn, tackled from Leonard, and here's Romeo now down the right hand side. Williams forward, oh no, here's Bodvarsson, and look at that. It was a sort of snapshot from a difficult angle, and Dylan Phillips was diving for it. Luckily for us though, it was already sailing wide of the post. So as the ball goes out of play here, we are going to make a double substitution. We've changed to a 5 at the back. First of all, they're showing us the Millwall subs, but there we go. Naby Sarr and George Lapsley coming on for Smith Rowe and Johnny Williams. We've stuck George Lapsley out on the left hand side. We know he'll work. We know also that he has a fantastic track record in just making sure we get points away from home. So that is the thinking behind that. Naby Sarr comes on as an extra defender as we lose a bit of pace with Smith Rowe going off. Here comes Naby Sarr, by the way, and he's looking for to time this pass to Gallagher to perfection. Doesn't quite manage it. Gallagher doesn't quite have the pace to beat players emphatically, which is maybe something we can work on. We've got about 14 minutes here. Here comes Solly though, high up the pitch, and intercepting. He's going to get a return ball from... Is that onside? It is onside. It's still Chris Solly. Chris Solly in the box. Turns his man. Earns a foul. And are we going to get it? No, Gallagher to Taylor. Taylor for 4-1. Taylor puts it in the back of the net. Conor Gallagher this time with the assist, and Taylor deserved a goal. Has he scored yet? I don't know if he's scored yet, but he certainly played well. And George Lapsley comes over along with Gallagher and Lecco to tell him, well done mate, that's your 4th goal at the Den against Millwall. That is unbelievable. Gallagher won the ball back. It was actually Solly's work, Chris Solly, the club captain's work, to get that, earn that ball back in the middle of the park. And eventually, of course, Lyle Taylor was going to bang that one past the keeper for 4-1. Leonard driving forward for Millwall now. Can they get a consolation goal? They'll certainly want one because they are being embarrassed on their home turf. Releases McCarthy down the side. That is a great piece of defensive work by Tom Lockyer. Can Naby Sarr add to it? He comes out actually, Naby, to try and say, look, try and beat me, I dare you. And look at that from Nabs. Fantastic work. Lapsley gives the ball away. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he kind of does actually. And Williams now out to the wing. And that is the full-time whistle, guys. The score at the Den. Millwall 1, Charlton Athletic 4. What a day. And what a away day. What a day against our rivals. What a day out at the Den for Charlton, who thrash, let's be honest, thrash Millwall there. What a performance from our boys, and I can't really single out too many players. Everybody played really, really well, and I'll be interested to see the ratings there. Look at this celebration, by the way. It's a festival atmosphere after this. And Lecco, Gallagher, Smith Rowe, and of course Lyle Taylor on the score sheet for Charlton. So yeah, kind of unsurprisingly, Conor Gallagher earns the Man of the Match award. He grabbed himself a goal. He also grabbed 2 assists in this game. Smith Rowe with the other assist and Lyle Taylor with the other assist. The goals, of course, we've already been over who scored those, but defensively as well, Lockyer, yeah, I have to agree with that, played really, really well. Pearce played well. Sarr was good when he came on. Lapsley quiet, but didn't have a lot of time to affect the game. No problem with bringing on sort of young players to give them a bit of game time. What a performance. What more needs to be said? Wow, a 4-1 away win for Middlesbrough there at QPR. Slightly shocked at that. There were some interesting scores there. Let's go into this press conference now and see what they ask us. A similar scoreline, in fact, the same scoreline as I obviously was able to pull off against Derby. Gallagher is continuing his hot run of form. How satisfied are you with his performance today? Gallagher deserves all the praise. Of course he does. That is a brilliant performance, and he's only 18 or 19. Of course he deserves the praise. Hope he can continue to amaze us with performances like this. How do you feel about sealing Millwall's fate? They will most likely relegate due to the result today. First of all, look at. Did you see how they spelled likely? Likely. This needs to be addressed in an update, because that is embarrassing from a multi-million-pound company to have mistakes like that. How do you feel about the result? As if we're going to seal their fate after like 14 games. Or I don't know how many games we've played, but whatever, you know. Stupid question. We played to win, I suppose. What else can I say to that stupid question? That's really pissed me off. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't care exactly. Well, I didn't read that. Mr. Boxall, you dealt a strong blow to your rival. Did you prepare differently for this match? There is finally a question about the rivalry between Charlton and Mill. Outstanding performance. All matches are equally important. Today was a good day. We were primed and ready. We were primed and ready. Yes, we were. Ah, yeah. What a win, boys. What a win. That is another claw back at the top 2 there. And look at that. Only 3 points now off Nottingham Forest. Imagine the scenes if we can earn ourselves an automatic promotion in this season. Still literally 30 games to play. Or no, well, something around 20, 30 games to play. I can't remember. 43, so yeah, 46 games. So yeah, 30 games to play. Wow. And a lot of football. But for now, we are playing very, very well. Stupid comment, though, about Millwall being relegated this early. And they're not even in the relegation zone, even after that win. So that was just a dumb question. Charlton, though, 35 points. What a return for the boys. We're going to leave it there for today, guys, just because I'm aware this episode has been quite long. Been a lot of talking. Been a match against the rivals. Love that still, by the way, of Conor Gallagher. He literally looks like he's about to shag the floor. Anyway, with that being said, on that note, I will end the episode off, guys. Make sure you leave a like on it for me. Make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. If you are new, click the subscribe button. You won't regret it. I'll see you later, and sweets.